Hello, everyone. This is Katie Carney, and this is Katie Carney Stitching. And it is the 8th of November. And I have to say, last time I met with you was, I guess, almost 2 weeks ago, not quite 2 weeks, after the retreat. And I told you that I didn't know if I was getting a cold or if it was just from being in a hotel. I can now report that it was a cold. Um, I Wow. I got a cold. It really wasn't that bad. My nose was never really stopped up. I had a sore throat initially, and then it turned into a cough. And I could not stop coughing. I still really haven't stopped. Today's the first day that it's not been like horrific, but still not great. And I will probably have to pause so that I can cough. Today, it's not the cough, it's kind of like sinus pressure right here, and that's from the weather changing. I think what really did me in though was this past Monday was Sister Sandy's funeral. So I sang at Mass at my normal parish on Sunday at 9:30, and then at 3:30 I had to practice for Monday's funeral. And then I sang and I gave it my all at the funeral mass on Monday. And my all was not what it normally is, but I tried really hard. I definitely couldn't hit the high notes that I normally hit, but that's okay. I did the best I could. It was a very emotional day. I really couldn't cry at the funeral because one, I was singing, and two, I knew it would send me into a coughing fit. I sat on the altar drinking hot tea, which is not normally what you do, but that's how we got through it. It was truly a beautiful send off for Sister. She was a basketball coach, so her team had like an honor guard for her, which was just so beautiful. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful send off, and very, very emotional. I don't remember what I was saying. I had to pause because my parish priests are coming over tomorrow night for dinner, and I'm making homemade meatballs and homemade gnocchi and salad and the whole thing. I'm making Italian food. I'm Irish and Polish and German, but that's fine. Meatballs are so easy, and my grandmother has decided that my homemade gnocchi are like the best. Anyway, the funeral was beautiful. That's what I was talking about. The funeral was beautiful, and I was really honored to sing at it. It was the first time I ever sang at a funeral, so that was lovely. And then last weekend, I also went to New Jersey and visited my friend Sarah. She spends Christmas with us every year, so that was really special. So it was just a lot on my poor vocal cords. And then work was crazy all week. And then on a very sad note, today I found out that a friend that I met years and years ago through Weight Watchers, she lived in New York. She passed away about a month ago. I did not know. She used to send me duck eggs because she knew I loved eggs, and she had backyard ducks, one of which lived in her house because it was like the queen of the ducks. And she used to send me videos and duck eggs in the mail, and it is very, very sad. Also, if you ever have the chance and you get duck eggs, they're the best to bake with. The best baking I've ever done was with duck eggs, and they make fantastic crepes. So that was really sad. And then my uncle, I came home last weekend and I said to my grandmother, I talked to Father Jonathan. He and Father Mark are going to come over Saturday for dinner. And she said, well, I talked to your Uncle Kevin and he's going to come over Saturday and stay with us overnight. So my uncle is now he's coming today, which is Friday. And my grandmother said, I better give them their Christmas presents. I'm sure this is our Christmas visit. And I said, but the ornaments aren't done yet. So, in the last week, I have fully finished all 24 ornaments. I beaded, I think, the 16 that hadn't been beaded yet. That's all I've really worked on. I did a lot of stitching before that, but now it's just been ornaments. So I can tell you that the sticky felt is the way to go. It's the best. Highly recommend. It made fully finishing really fast. So these are them. I will show them to you though, because I'm proud, and they're done. And I like to usually have them done around Halloween, so we're not too bad. I did order these ornaments this year. Cost me a lot of money to make, but whatever. I did order the 2024 beads or charms, so they all have that charm on them. And then I just did embroidery floss, so that's one. There's the next one. Whoops. Next one. I just dropped one, so you're not going to see that one. Woo! There's that one. That one. I love these snowflake ones. There's that one. And then all I did was I traced the ornament onto this felt, and I didn't trace them perfectly because the felt kind of moved, and then I just cut it out. There's that one. Those two. That one. And then, you don't need to see them all. You don't care. I'm throwing them all over the floor. There's 24 of them. Frog gets 20. And I will give a couple away myself, so. Excuse me. I'm sorry for coughing in your ear. So that's done. Let's hope I don't step on the ones I dropped. Let's see what I stitched on. Did I print out a picture of this? I did not. So this is in the bag that Steph got me during the retreat. Thank you, ma'am. And it is Rooted for Good. And I'm using the called for fancy floss that Steph kindly gifted me. And I worked on this just a little bit since I got home. I think I did the potatoes or whatever they are. So I'm like 55 or 60% done. Now that I have finished the ornaments, I'm going to work on this tonight and hopefully tomorrow and get it finished. She is going to finish it into a drum for me, so I have to mail it to her, and I have some other stuff to send to her, so I need to get this done so that can go. That's the first thing I worked on. And then, you know, we're on the push for Prayer of St. Francis. This is a pretty southern bag. She doesn't make bags anymore. She has 2 beautiful children to keep her busy. So this is Prayer of St. Francis by My Big Toe Designs, and I am cruising on this, actually. Cruising. So I started the next line since you've seen it last. I finished the line above it. So once I finish this line that I'm currently working on, which is, ooh, can you see it? You can't. There we go. Right there. I'm going to repeat. I decided to repeat. Repeat, my grandmother's mother would say. I'm repeating this row. It was fairly easy, and then there's one fancy row in between it, so then I feel like there's a fancy row, and then we'll repeat that one. That's what I'm doing. And so we're cruising along. I will, now that the ornaments are done, I can go back to working on that in the mornings before my grandmother gets up. And in the car, it's really good car stitching, like when I'm sitting in the car waiting to go into a meeting. So that has worked out. All right, I need to pull up a picture, so hold please. Because I was unable to download a picture and print it. I apologize. So this is a new start. I think it's a new start that I started with Jen. Hi, Jen. And it is, wow, we send each other a lot of pictures. Halloween Cauldron by Primrose Cottage. And that's what the actual thing looks like. But it's a PDF and I don't have a good picture of it. But it's really cute. Did we start this? I don't remember when I started it. And I did not write it down. I'm using a mystery fabric that I pulled from my stash. I'll be honest, I think it might be a 28 count. It's a giant piece that I cut down. That's what I have done so far. So I'm cruising along on the cauldron. Jen finished hers in 2 days. Your girl does not have time to stitch that much. For the black, I am using I got this at Cottage Garden Threads. It's Felix. I got this at the retreat 2 years ago. I just keep this next to my stitchy chair, and I needed 310, so I just pulled this. I really like it. I don't really like it. It's very expensive. And it doesn't have the best coverage, but it's good enough. And I didn't have to pull 310. And then for the floss, I pulled the DMC. Oh, look, I have a stitch marker. I don't know why it's not on my project. This is the DMC. And it needs to go on a ring. I ordered a bunch of rings on Amazon, actually. I ordered 2 packs, which I don't need because they come like 12 in a pack. And I thought that I ordered like these pretty colors, and it turns out that they're just primary colors. So I bought a $2 more expensive pack for nothing, but that's going in there. Close that up. I want you to know I closed the thing before I put the project in there like an idiot. And I guess I could take, so this is the fabric that I did not cut straight off, but I don't really like the fabric, so I'm not that stressed about it. But that's all the excess I had. I'm telling you, it was a huge piece of fabric. So that's that. And then the only other thing I worked on was, actually for me, that's a lot. Strength and Dignity. I did just a tiny little bit of work on this. This is by the Proper Stitcher, and I love this piece so much. I told you last time I was going to rip out a word and change the color, and I pulled Dinky Dye's Dusty Rose. Absolutely love this color. It was a second, or like in a freebie bag or something. I love that color though. I'm losing my babushka here. This is my babushka from Poland, so you know, I could be the Stadi Baba for all of you. So I have my thread bed from Steph in here, and I have my scissors from my dad cut this and I sewed it together, and here she is. So let's see. I ripped out the word strength and put it back in. Ooh, the lighting it's 4:30, so it's pretty much dark. That's what happens this time of year. So I'm not using any of the called for colors. Wow, there we go. I added some more to the branch here, and then obviously I restitched strength. And I would love to get some more work on this because I love it. Love it. To be honest though, I loved the pillow they had on display. They had the model there. I love that pillow. Wow, I didn't notice how bad the lighting was. I'm sorry. I'm not re-recording though. You know who I am as a person. I'm not a re-recorder. It's fine. Everything's fine. The pillow was like thin and hard, and I loved it. And I will never be able to make that happen on my own. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to fully finish that because I really liked that pillow, but what can I do? Then I did a little shopping in Jen's stash. Very expensive shopping. Don't tell me I am not allowed to buy anymore. I spent a lot of money in the last 2 weeks. I went from buying nothing to being like a wild banshee. But Owl Forest a couple months ago, I just dropped another thing of I'm dropping everything. Owl Forest a couple months ago came out with this pattern. It's supposed to be black. I'm running out of ink. And this is called Roses, I think it's called. Now, I don't like the witch down the bottom or the evil queen or whatever. I think this looks like a church. So what your girl's going to do is she is going to start at the top and just do this. And then you see where her head is? That's the steps of a church. I'm just going to continue the steps all the way across and leave her head out. And I am using, Jen has a stash of Owl Forest because she loves her stuff. So I bought from her stash the Owl Forest in the black. And I'm going to use that. And then I had pulled out a light blue from my stash that I don't know where it was from or who it was by, whatever, nothing. But what I really wanted was like a mottled gray. That's what I really wanted. And Jen was like, oh, well, this is what I'm using. And she sent me a picture and I was like, well, that's what I'm looking for. So she cut me off a piece and she's mailing it and it should be here by tomorrow. So it should be here by tomorrow, and I am going to give myself permission to start it Sunday. I have it up here because my couch was unavailable yesterday. So I told you about this wonderful couch caddy that Steph made. Well, now I've been using it for a couple weeks, 2 weeks now, and this thing, I love it so much. I love it. So my scissors in their fancy, I put them in a leather container because I didn't want to, well, this is what they came in, but I didn't want to accidentally rip her beautiful work. But also the stylus for my tablet fits right there perfectly. This is the black for the cauldron that I've been working on. A little Ort container there, and they magnet on, and then I can put extra needles here. I can't tell you enough about how much I love this. You know, I have my little jewelry box, which I love very much, and it's got like the stuff that I don't use all the time, but that is just so convenient. I love it. I cannot recommend it enough, except I guess I could find the pattern, but Steph is such an incredible seamstress. Wow. So I just wanted to say again how grateful I am for that and how much I absolutely use it every single day, and I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Now, I have two other pieces of haul. First off, my monthly fabric from Bestitch Me. I get a 25 count in a natural. And this month was a boot camp. That's kind of the color. It's like a mottled brown khaki color. And then for my Cross Stitcher magazine this month, this was a great addition. It came with a pattern, like a kit, like it always does. Look at this kit. It's a winter scene. You know, I love houses. I love houses. It's absolutely perfect. And it also came with a needle minder, but that's sitting in my car for some reason. But anyway, I love this month's Cross Stitcher magazine. So that was it. Now, look at me. Under 20 minutes. I went from like 2 really long videos to a kind of shorter one, so that's good. I think that's all I have. Yeah, I did a lot of stitching, but really this week all I did was ornaments. That was it. So I am looking forward to stitching again. Anyway, I hope I'm sorry. I hope you're all well. Know that I'm thinking about you. Know that I'm grateful that you watch and that you comment. Even if I don't answer it, I do read it and I cherish them. Please, if you have friends that you think about reaching out to and then you don't, and you're just like, well, I'm busy, I'll do it. Do it. Just reach out to them. You know, my friend who passed away, first off, she reached out to me in March and I was in the haze of the breakup with Mark, and I didn't see the message, and I just saw it today when I was looking for pictures of her ducks, and I have to live with the fact that I did not message her back, and that's a hard pill to swallow. So reach out to your friends. When you think about them, reach out to them. I'll be honest, I am really sad and I'm struggling with her loss in a way that I would not have expected since it had been so long since we had spoken. So yeah, reach out to the people that you care about, and know that even when I don't reach out, because obviously I'm not very good at that, I'm thinking about you and I'm grateful for you, and stay safe and be well. Bye.